Hey kids, you trying to get into Segment City? Well, you really shouldn't, because Segment City is a mature podcast, and listener discretion is advised. I'm just trying to look at... I know I'm in an alleyway. I know how I look, but I got some fireworks for you kids. I got snakes and I got sparklers. That's all I got. Oh, don't give me that. Are you ready?
This week on Segment City, we sit down with Yoda. Thanks for coming by, Yoda. What have you been up to these days, Yoda? You know, it's been a long time since you were on the big screen.
Sitting in a swamp.
Do you keep up much with any hobbies or stay in contact with family?
No.
That's weird, because I have your brother here. Please welcome to the show, Yoda.
I am here to say hi to you, Yoda. Angry you sound. I haven't seen you. A lot of nerve that you have for coming here. You fuck. Stole my house, you did. It was the family house on Dagobah. It belonged to Mom, and now you hoard it. She was old, and I took it. I have a lightsaber.
All right, boys, break it up. Break it up.
I have a new book coming out.
Go ahead, tell us about that, Yoda.
Shut up about your book. I started a jazz band. Jonah, you aren't even supposed to be here. I'm here to promote my jazz band. My time in the limelight. I hate sharing with you.
Oh, God. Oh, God, you're listening to Segment City.
You're listening to Segment City, a podcast where we talk about Yoda. It's a
Yoda and his brother Yoda.
His brother Yoda. It's a very silly beginning to this podcast, in which Theo and I produce segments, and we present them to each other, and we try to make each other laugh like we just did. Oh, man. Okay. Get it together. Do it for the audience. Gotta be professional.
What do we got for this week, Will? Do you want to start us off?
Yeah, I'll start us off with a stupid thought.
Cool.
All right, Theo. Here's my stupid thought for the week. Say you're transported to a fantasy realm. The king has recently been murdered, and the queen suspects that the Duke of the Riverlands is behind it.
Wait, the king's murder, queen suspects Duke.
Yes.
Okay.
However, he has a lot of clout in the provisional government that has arisen after the death of the king, and the queen is afraid of a coup or even a civil war.
Okay, there's a lot of universe building going on here.
My question is, what's better, Reese's Pieces or peanut butter M&Ms?
You son of a bitch! I've been razzle-dazzled. That's just showbiz, baby.
Answer the fucking question.
What's better?
Reese's Pieces or peanut butter M&Ms?
Reese's Pieces are better than peanut M&Ms.
Here's another question. One, we're going to get back to that. Do you say it Reese's Pieces or Reese's Pieces?
I feel like it's correctly said Reese's Pieces.
Yes.
But
Reese's Pieces.
Growing up, I always said Reese's Pieces.
Yeah, that's
and
just
so
like, it flows a little bit better.
I go back and forth on it. Like,
Me too.
I don't have a strong opinion because I would be a contradiction of myself to have a stance one way or another.
Now, back to the other thing. You fuck! I can't believe you would think that Reese's Pieces...
They're better.
They are not better.
They are.
They're actively... Because, you know what? I have a very solid argument.
Like, M&M's have a lot of domain. They've got the basic candy M&M. They've got the peanut M&M, which is also delicious. They have the pretzel M&M, which I'm not a super fan of, but a lot of people like.
Yes.
Reese's Pieces only does the one thing, and I think they do it better.
I disagree. The best combination that humanity has ever produced is peanut butter with chocolate. That is the only difference between peanut butter M&Ms and Reese's Pieces is that
Racist pieces.
racist pieces
Racist pieces.
is that they have chocolate also, which makes it way better. It's just peanut butter.
I feel like we need some side by side because I'm only going off of memory here, but if memory serves, when you eat a peanut butter M&M, you really only taste the peanut butter.
But you also have the little bit of chocolate. That's the.
You have a tiny bit of chocolate.
The difference between. I mean,
so for me,
you're arguing against yourself because Reese's Pieces are only peanut butter. There's nothing to cut.
Well, what I'm saying is that like the chocolate flavor in the peanut M&M, or sorry, the chocolate flavor in the peanut butter M&M is so negligible that it doesn't even matter that it's there.
No, I think it's pretty. I've had them relatively recently, and I think they're. Yeah.
So for
Reese's
me,
Pieces, I would never choose Reese's Pieces over
the peanut butter M&M is too big. It's not the same size, and I like the size of the Reese's Pieces.
I don't like
the small pieces.
I don't like the little.
Because I like this. I like the size and shape of the original M&M. That's what I really like.
This is a genuine conversation because now I'm like, there's no way Reese's Pieces to me are. Just
I don't feel that strongly about it. I could be wrong because I haven't had either of these in like months.
That's
fair. I could be wrong, and you could be right. But if memory serves, I think I prefer Reese's Pieces.
I'm going to do an impromptu for you.
Oh God!
Versus.
Here we go.
What's the best candy? By the way, you can double up on segments after this because I'm technically doubling.
Here we go. I have had no time to prepare for this.
Yes.
What is the best candy?
What is the best candy? You don't need to make a candy. That may be a later versus. But what is
my
the
basic
best
take of candy that I could eat forever?
Yes, I think that is the benchmark.
The basic M&M is my answer.
Really?
Like I could eat basic M&Ms forever and probably never get tired of them.
My answer is peanut butter M&Ms.
Okay.
That or Reese's peanut butter.
You prefer
cups.
So
I'm a huge peanut butter fiend.
Yeah.
Like I love peanut butter. Peanut butter and chocolate to me is just like so fucking good. Like it's so good.
The only contention I have is that the peanut M&M, I know not everybody loves it, but for me the crunch factor is so good.
I like the way the peanut butter M&Ms kind of like they don't give, but they have that kind of peanut butter.
I really like the bite. I like the bite of it.
I like peanut butter. Like, I don't think I've had an M&M that I've disliked.
Yeah.
I think M&Ms are a very solid choice because it was either this or Reese's peanut butter cups, and I think that
those are too mushy. And like on a hot day, like eating a like kind of warm peanut butter cup is not a good experience.
That's where the peanut butter M&Ms.
You're right, because exactly.
Because the shell.
You're right.
I think you get the little crunch.
I think
they're also bite-sized.
The best standard basic like candy bar.
Oh yeah, okay. This is
like I could eat Snickers just forever too.
I think
I love just regular Snickers.
In terms of bang for your buck, in terms of ingredients, I think Snickers are pretty good because they got the caramel, they got the peanuts,
they have the nougat,
and they got the nougat,
which is like all of the things.
I thought back to this. I used to really love Three Musketeers.
They're garbage.
It's
just whipped chocolate and that's it.
Yeah.
It's not good.
It's very airy and stuff. And
if someone offers me a Three Musketeers, I'm like, this is going to be too sweet.
It's going to be too sweet. As an adult, I probably wouldn't pick it out as opposed to other ones.
Right.
If it was like, we're on a long car ride, this is all you're going to get for...
Like, okay, fine,
I would eat it and I'll be like, okay.
It's the same problem with Milky Way, where it's like Milky Way is lacking the peanuts, and I just like, it's not enough.
It is lacking Snickers.
Yeah,
it's
it is
for
like,
people
you're
who
like, you're
don't like
like
peanut butter or peanuts.
It's like, I kind of wish this was a Snickers.
I'm glad that we have these middle grounds.
Yeah.
Like that they're... But also Snickers, I would say, is probably
Snickers good. And Twix, ultimate. The only issue I have with Twix is very good.
I think Twix are very solid.
They're very solid. They're not ever as big as you hope they are. They're like small in the wrapper.
How big of a Twix? Are you talking about?
I want a Twix the size of a Snickers bar.
A Toblerone from the airport. The world's biggest Toblerone.
I think Toblerone... My complaint with Toblerone is that it's too big. I don't like how big Toblerone.
Get the ones from the airport?
If you get the ones that are like a normal size Toblerone, not the mini size.
I think you're supposed to save them.
You're supposed to eat them one at a time, but one of the things is too big.
Yeah.
It also gets caught in your teeth.
It does get because it's toffee, right?
Yeah, it's like something in there that's getting caught in your teeth.
I once, when I studied abroad in London, I went to Doctor Strange with a friend, and she, like, that I made there. She was in one of my classes, and we get there and we sit down, and she just pulls out from her purse a box of toffees, and she's like, you want a toffee? And I was like, this is the most British thing I've ever seen.
Shit I've ever heard.
This is so fucking British. Like,
I'm gonna pull out your fillings with them while you're in the movie.
toffee, anything from the trolley.
We can't go back to that well.
We can't go back. Well, we can go forward to your segment. By the way, you can double up because I just doubled up.
Sure, that was a good discussion. And if listeners, if you have other favorite candy bars that you think we should try, let us know because I'm willing to expand my horizons.
I feel like
I've tried a bunch.
Have you had like European chocolates?
I've had a Lion bar. That was pretty good.
European chocolates are like Hershey bars are the garbage.
Have you ever had
candy community?
Have you had
Tastes like vomit.
Smarties, but the European Smarties that are like M&Ms?
No.
So they're called Smarties, and they look like M&Ms, and they sort of taste like M&Ms. I had a roommate who swore by them, like he loved them,
European
and he was like,
candy
it's way better than M&Ms, and I tried them, and I was like, this is not better than M&Ms. I'm sorry to tell you, it was not a better version of an M&M.
The like chocolate that they have in Europe was like the Cadbury, even just like Cadbury.
It's really good. Yeah,
really.
No, it's super good. The I wouldn't say the worst, but like the average chocolate there is just good chocolate here.
Yes, exactly. Yeah. It's just like the very good chocolate that you could get, and you can get them anyway. Anyway,
I have a segment for you.
Yes,
I have a segment called Lost in Translation.
Okay.
I have collected a number of sayings from other languages and their literal translations into English.
All right.
And I'd like to explore them with you.
Okay, let's explore these translations.
I don't know whether I probably shouldn't try to say the original, like, expression in the language. That doesn't add that much. I can tell you. So, first one. I'll give you an example. Here we go. So, in German, there's an expression that literally translates into English. You have tomatoes on your eyes.
You look very tired. You look like you have big ripe tomatoes on your eyes.
You look like I could just pluck them from your face.
I could make a nice roux with them.
I could make a nice salsa
with these tomatoes
on your eyeballs.
I feel like you could say that about somebody who's high as fuck.
They got tomato eyes.
You got some tomato.
They got those tomato eyes.
Hey,
though.
chill. You got tomato eyes. You gotta do something before you go home.
Girl, you see Jessica today? She got tomato eyes.
She came into class. She got tomato eyes. What does that mean? Is it sleepy?
It means you're not seeing what everybody else can see, plain as day. Like
you have tomatoes.
It refers to like real objects, though. It's like when you are looking for something, and like if you can't find your keys, and they're like obviously right there. Like
what kind of
oh, you got tomatoes on your eyes.
What kind of jokester first was like, look at me, I've got tomatoes, I can't see anything.
Well, you're saying about that, like the silly goose.
You silly goose.
Throwback to last episode. But you were saying it's silly goose. Like, that's an English saying, and someone would be like, what the hell does that mean?
There's no silly geese.
There's no silly.
Once again, Nazis of the...
So here we go. Here's another one from German. I feel like German has a lot of, like, interesting sayings.
Mm-hmm.
This one is literal translation. I only understand the train station.
That was the only thing I didn't understand when I went to Europe was the trains.
Which way are we going? I
literally got on a train, went the wrong way.
Yep. And you're like,
the Netherlands. And I was like, it's in a different language. And they're just like, oh, you fucked up. Like, I think I almost went a country over. Like
they said that to you in German, like, you only understand the train station.
You only understand that? What does it mean?
What do you think it means?
You only understand public transport? Like,
it's a little translation. It means more abstractly, you don't understand a thing about what a person is saying. Like, I don't get it. Like, I only understand the train station.
Oh, because it's maps and stuff. Okay.
I guess so. Is that it, you think?
Yeah. Trains only go one way.
They only go one way.
But then you're an idiot like me. Can't read.
And then you don't understand the train station.
You don't understand the train stations.
So next is an expression from French. Which the little translation is to swallow grass snakes.
I swallow Nazi snakes. Like
I smoked a cigarette and I swallowed a grass snake.
Swallow like grass snakes?
To swallow grass snakes.
To swallow grass. Ugh.
Yeah, is that gross?
Who swallowed them like spaghetti?
Like a little bowl of pasta. Like a baguette.
Yucky. What's with the French and eating like live things?
Yucky.
Yucky. Like eating, so it's like, doing something gross? Like, having butterflies in your stomach?
It means
having
to be-
snakes in your belly?
It means to be so insulted that you're not even able to reply. To eat glass snakes.
You do grass snake. Oh, you
Look at him. He is eating the grass snakes.
Oh, yeah.
I like that the response when you can't speak is just take huge drag from cigarette.
Get me my wine.
Get me-
I would think it would be like having baguette in your mouth. I don't know.
Another one from French. The carrots are cooked.
Is that like my goose is cooked?
Actually, a little bit.
Really? The carrots are cooked. They're more vegetarian there. Have a better
The carrots are cooked. It means the situation can't be changed.
The carrots
Like,
you
they're
can't
already cooked. You can't uncook the-
uncook the carrots.
I guess we sort of have that. You can't, like...
Unfuck that.
As we say in English, you know, from childhood growing up, my mom always used to say, can't unfuck that.
You can't unfuck that. You
And
can't.
little Timmy, can't unfuck that.
You can't uncook pasta because it's all. You can't get it rigid again.
Allura. You could try it out.
Could you?
I don't know.
This is not an experiment we're gonna do. That'd be a bad experiment.
From Thai, we have an expression that's translated to, the hen sees the snake's feet and the snake sees the hen's boobs.
This is the. And what fantastic breasts she has.
And the fox watches and is aroused.
Gross.
Ew.
And then the snake grows hard. What's with snakes? Like, what's with
Yeah, I don't know why
that was
everyone's
a
so focused
long
on
one.
snakes.
I guess in the original language it might be quicker, but like, there's no good long. I feel like natural selection for words
For like phrases.
yes, the hen and the snake would look at it's like, okay, that was enough. Like, people have already left the conversation at that
Like
point.
this hen's looking at the snake's feet. What is it? A lizard? Does
Wait.
it have snake's feet?
Is the snake jealous of the hen's feet? I don't understand.
And the hen is jealous of the snake's boobs. What?
If only I could have boobs.
Like a snake.
I would like some boobs for me.
Get me those boobs.
Get me those boobs.
It literally. So that's what it literally means, but it translates more. It means that two people know each other's secrets.
You
Like-
know my secret. I know yours. I've
Little
seen
squealer.
I've seen your boobs. You've seen my feet. Wait, what?
That doesn't seem like an equal
I feel
swap.
like the
I feel
snake
like I
was
should show you
looking
my
at.
boobs just to equal it out.
I feel like the snake got the better end. He saw the feet and the boobs. What
Well-
did the hen see?
The hen sees the snake's feet, and the snake sees
Oh,
the hen's boobs.
That's a lizard. He's already tricking him.
That's a trick. That's a
Also-
lizard. That's a fake snake.
Hens have breasts. They don't have boobs. They're not mammals. You idiots.
Oh my
I
god.
just insulted an entire culture. I'm sorry.
They're probably gonna.
I'm sorry, man.
swallow grass snakes. Too insulted
Fuck.
to even.
Oh, yo. Get me my wine.
Give me my wine. From Russian, we have
Get out.
the thief. I should say it.
The thief.
The thief has a burning head.
He is a bad thief.
He is burning on top of his head.
The thief has a burning, like, he is
Probably
bad
one
at
of those
lying.
big hats, like one of those. You know, the Russians
Yeah.
have the big hats. So he's a
He
big.
comes out of the bank. He's just doing the Russian like kicking dance. Oh,
Nothing to see here.
hot. He has the. Is it they're bad at lying?
It means that an uneasy conscience betrays itself.
Okay, so that is they're bad at lying.
They're
kind
bad
of.
at lying. Like, oh,
The
liar,
thief-
liar,
the-
liar, liar,
Hat's
hat's on
on
fire. Your giant Russian hat is on fire.
Where did that come from? Liar, liar, pants on fire. I don't know.
Pants are literally on fire.
Coach.
All right, another one from Russian.
Yep.
You can sharpen an axe on top of his head.
Is it just very bald? Is it just making fun of very bald?
Look at him. You can sharpen an axe on top of his head.
He is very strong head.
Strong
Is it like
bull.
hard-headed?
Yeah, it is. He's very stubborn.
Oh, nice.
Yeah,
nice, nice.
hard-headed. I guess hard-headed actually translates from Russian to English.
But that's just like a weird way of you could sharpen anything on his head. You could cut diamonds with his head. You could.
His head is diamond.
His head is diamond. He is very hard head.
The last one that I got is from Croatian.
Okay.
Balls of a swan. That's an expression.
And what big balls you have.
You got a moose knuckle coming out.
Gross.
Gross.
They're just dragging behind these
Ew,
swans.
imagine if swans had just giant nuts. That would be gross.
People always think of swans
swans
as like,
these elegant.
yeah.
Oh,
elegant,
The swan is
sophisticated.
graceful on the lake.
Oh, darling, I can see its great honking balls.
Oh, they're nice and hairy this evening, aren't they? Look at them.
They don't have hair. You fucking.
They're nice
What a
and
nice
feathery.
Ew.
Ew. You're nasty.
Nice feathery balls.
You're nasty.
Oh, okay.
It means something that's impossible. I guess.
I guess
swans don't have balls.
Swans don't have balls.
Yeah.
They just inseminate eggs? Do they? Never mind.
We aren't prepared to give you a biology lesson on this
These
show.
are things I can
There
Google.
is definitely
like, where
another
does liar
podcast
liar?
that can handle this better for you.
My name's Hourglass.
This week on the show, Balls of a Swan.
Stay with us.
That's the end of my Lost in Translation segment. Maybe
Nice.
we'll make a return at some point because there's a lot of expressions out there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was thinking of a segment that I might do later. Not this episode, but later in life.
I'm proud of you for having ideas.
Oh, thanks, Dad. Next segment.
Next segment.
You get to do another one.
So I don't know if this is actually going to be any good as a segment. We'll see.
Okay. Is it at least quick?
It can be. All right. So, Will, I have we have a lot of like animal themed segments recently.
Lately? Yeah.
Yeah, lately. I have a little short quiz for you.
Okay.
Which of these
Is it a
animals?
BuzzFeed?
Which of these animals farts?
Uh,
Because there are some animals
that don't?
in the animal kingdom that don't.
Really? Because
Yeah.
I've heard that a huge contributor to methane is termites.
Yeah, so I didn't include that on this list, but that's one of the things I found in this research for
The
this
termites
bit.
fart. They just kind of like poof out of their shells.
Apparently. So, okay, here we go.
Animals not fart.
So I'll give you a low ball, a slow ball.
Okay.
Does a goldfish fart?
Yes.
No, it doesn't fart.
It doesn't.
No, goldfish don't fart.
What the fuck?
Goldfish don't fart.
They poop.
They burp. Apparently they burp. Does a python fart?
Yes.
You are correct. That's one for
Okay.
Will. And they've been described as thick and meaty. Which is gross.
That's you're asking in the last episode what python poops were like.
This is what
thick and meaty is probably the name, the operative words.
Thick and meaty. What about a goat? Does a goat fart?
Oh, absolutely.
Yes, that is true.
That's 100%.
Apparently, in 2015, there was a plane full of 2,000 goats, and the farts were so strong that they set off the fire alarm on the plane.
Evacuate in the pillow, parachutes on the goats, so
All the
they're just
goats like,
coming out.
bah,
They're
bah.
coming out the back and just parachutes opening and stuff.
Oh,
We gotta
God.
save the goats. They're farting too much, so you set up the fire alarm. I've had roommates that have farted like a little too much, like make the room a little too smelly. Imagine them setting off the fire alarm.
That's probably someone like a Greek expression. They're unbearable. Farts like a goat.
That's absolutely a thing.
That's definitely a Greek expression. What about a sloth? Does a sloth fart?
Yeah.
No.
What?
Sloths do not fart.
Most of my answers are gonna say yeah,
'Cause
because
it's
I
like,
can't
you
fathom
can't
anything
fathom-
that I can't. They poop though. I know
Imagine
because
if-
I've seen videos of zookeepers and they put them on trees and they're like, "Poop here, please," and then they take forever because they're sloths.
They're like, I'm going. I'm
And then it's
shy.
like, oh,
Ooh. But no, not like that because
No.
I don't fart.
it just.
Apparently.
Weird.
What about whales?
those? Must be big farts. Krill farts. Wait, it's all krill.
It's all gross.
They're mammals though. I'm gonna say yes.
You are correct.
Yes.
Whales, the largest fart in the world. Only second to Will.
Imagine being a scuba diver just swimming and you just get trapped in one. You're like,
Ooh, it's a mile long.
it's a mile long. It's like huge. Oh,
What about a zebra? Does a zebra fart?
absolutely.
You're correct. Zebras'
They got
farts are so loud that you can hear them from long distances across the plains of Africa.
And that's how the lions find them.
It's the circle of love.
Their asses are clapping so hard.
Oh, God.
It's sonic boom.
The worst superhero ever. Zebra Man.
Zebra man, he's got a big ass.
He's
He's
got-
got a big ass.
He's got a big eyes. He's got big farts.
They got those big hindquarters. It's like
You like see the shockwave coming before you hear it. You're like, it's coming. It's going.
You're in a safari and your
God.
car just gets
Just
knocked
flipped
over.
All the animals are just passing out.
Farts are good comedy, my man.
Classic farts. And finally,
Mm-hmm.
does a herring fart? Does a herring from a mile away fart?
That could be another expression. Does a herring fart?
Like, obviously yes or obviously no.
No.
Herrings do fart.
God damn it.
Herrings have exceptionally good hearing and produce farts in order to seek each other out to stay close together when it's too dark for them to see each other.
I do that too.
Mom,
Theo?
Mom, where are you? There you are. I got you. And also, apparently, they fart at a frequency that's inaudible to predators. So it's actually an evolutionary adaptation.
Just like,
So if you heard...
it's like a dog whistle, but for herons.
Yeah. But fart. What? Ooh, where am I?
Is Jeremy here?
Jeremy's that you?
Wait. Yep.
Yeah, it's Jeremy. Yeah, it's Jeremy.
definitely
Ah,
him.
Jeremy, you dog.
You dog. You.
You dog, you. That concludes our quiz. Does it fart?
That was a wonderful one. Speaking of people being dogs, this segment is called Amazon Erotica.
Ooh.
This one was sent to me by my good friend Thomas.
Oh, I have to give shouts out for that last segment. Laura, my wonderful girlfriend, gave me the idea for that one.
That is so not Laura. I can't believe.
I know, it's great, right?
That's was very Theo segment. She knows you well. This is from our good friend Thomas, which he sent this in via segmentcitypodcast@gmail.com. You can also send in segments. We also do this notice at the end, but you can send in segments to segmentcitypodcast@gmail.com like Thomas did.
Thanks, Thomas.
Amazon Erotica. This book is called A Gronking to Remember.
A Gronking to remember? Is it about
Book
Gronk?
1 in the Rob Gronkowski
Oh,
Erotica series.
No, why they gotta do Gronk like that? Why they gotta do him like that? Did he sign off on this?
He knows about it.
Does he?
He knows about it and he laughed about it.
That's hilarious.
All right. How do you pronounce this name? Leigh? Leigh?
Lay, yeah.
Leigh has a serious problem, and it's driving a spike between her and her husband Dan. When Leigh wanders into the room where her husband and his friends are watching a football game, her life changes forever. Because at that exact moment, NFL's one-man wrecking ball, Rob Gronkowski of the New England Patriots, scores a touchdown and does his patented Gronk spike. His notorious monster smashing of a football.
You can spike me, Gronk.
Oh, when the ball shoots into the stratosphere.
He's not
so
like
powerful.
He's not a superhero. Like,
And she's just like,
he's like,
yeah.
guess the game's over, guys. He spiked our last ball into the stratosphere.
Wonder why these balls are deflated? Because
Oh, thanks a lot, Gronk.
thanks, it was Gronk. It wasn't Tom Brady. When the ball shoots into the stratosphere, Leigh's heart goes a pitter-patter, and she becomes seriously turned on.
Oh, God.
Now normally sheepish Leigh can't stop thinking about it. She'd never given a second thought to football, but now the primal power of the Gronk spike and this raw monster of a man, Rob Gronkowski,
I really feel like they're
is all that
reducing-
she wants.
They're
And,
just reducing this guy to like
Oh,
basically
absolutely.
like, oh yeah, he's a hunk of a man.
and he fucking smashes that ball,
Yep.
and he's gonna smash me. It's all she wants, and she'll stop at nothing until the romance of a lifetime is hers. Now she's on the opposite end of most of these Amazon eroticas, which is like, she will be mine. Now it's Rob Gronkowski
Will
will
be
be mine. I shall kidnap him. Find out the lengths people will go to fulfill their fantasies in the super sexy, sex-filled story of wanton lust.
Super sexy,
sex-filled.
sex-filled.
Wanton lust with a super sexy, sex-filled happy ending.
Beer.
She
brewery.
bangs Rob Gronkowski. I don't know. If you read, what if it ends with like, you know what? I love my husband, and I'm gonna stay with him instead of going after Rob Gronkowski.
She like snaps back to reality and she just had this
What
1
am I
minute
doing?
trip. I also love this idea because when he's in the end zone, he's in full pads. Like you can't see the dude.
You can see his nice ass though,
You can see his booty.
and his big arms fucking crushing that ball. If you read one book about Rob Gronkowski this year, make it Growing Up Gronk. If you read 2 books about Rob Gronkowski this year, make the second one A Gronking to Remember.
Oh my god. So like, wait, they actually gave a legit book recommendation. Like, read his
A
biography.
Gronking to, no, I think A Gronking to Remember might be the second one.
I know.
Which
but,
I will also be
wait, no,
reading.
but Growing Up Gronk is probably
Oh, is it?
It's probably his biography, isn't it? That's
Is
not
that-
the name of this book.
No, yeah. Yep, it is his book.
Yeah.
You're right.
So
I got
they're like,
confused.
hey, number 1, actually go support the dude. Number 2, read about banging him.
Yeah, bang book. Warning contains some sexually graphic scenes as well as the misuse of American footballs that will leave you wet, hard, and everything in between. Sports!
What's in between wet and hard, Well?
There's nothing.
What's in between?
Gaseous.
No, that's on the other end. A Newtonian solid.
Yeah, I
A
guess.
non-Newtonian solid.
Yeah, exactly.
It's going to leave me really jiggly.
I'm just gonna read a few of the titles of the reviews. I craved more Gronking because the reviews are very long. The Iliad of our time.
Yeah, okay. That may be stretching it.
I wanted more Gronk. 2 stars.
2 stars. More Gronk.
More Gronk. Ridiculously bad in the best way possible. Funny gag gift.
I like that.
Great gift. 5 stars. Would Gronk again.
Would Gronk again. 10 out of 10. Would Gronk again.
Now you think that's the end of
I'd
it.
give that a possible 5 Gronks out of 5 Gronks.
So this is a second Gronkowski book.
Oh, another one.
I want to see if it's actually by the same person. It is. It's by Lacey Noonan.
Okay.
They're both by... This one has worse reviews.
Oh, God forbid.
Possibly because of the cover. Oh, no. Go back.
Let's see. I want to see
God
this.
damn it.
I want to see this Gronky cover.
Let's see if-
What? She's just Photoshop herself in there?
Just like...
Wait, who's that in the background?
Exactly.
There's someone Photoshopped into the background.
Yeah. So
is
this
that?
is a Gronking to remember too. Chad goes deep in the neutral zone.
What?
So Thomas and I were actually talking back and forth about this, and we think the first one was like an actual book, like an actual... Somebody wrote that.
Someone wrote
Just
that as,
actually
like-
really
like
liked
their-
Rob Gronkowski,
Yeah.
and we're like, let's make this. This is just pure meme.
Yeah.
Like this...
Chad goes deep in the neutral zone.
Because it just immediately goes off the fucking rails. Lay has a serious problem, and it's the sick, twisted pervert who's kidnapped her for her own pleasure. His own pleasure. Chad!
Chad?
When Lay spurns his advances at a party he throws in her honor, Chad goes haywire and kidnaps her, stealing her away to his personal New England Patriots Shangri-La, a secret
What?
man cave hundreds of feet below sea level he affectionately calls his Chad Rules Corner.
Chad's a weirdo.
He's a welcome to my Chadmiral quarters.
Chadmiral.
Fuck you, Chad.
This is my Chadmiral quarters.
I know you love Gronk, but
Check me out.
you want a bone? Well,
I'm the
my Chadmiral.
Around here, they called me the Chadmiral.
It's like Pirates of the Caribbean. It's a full pirate ship and stuff in a cove. Lay awakens to a strange NFL and BDSM infused nightmare. So basically NFL. Chad is obviously off the deep end with her lust for her, and while naked, Lay is tantalized to see he is very built and attractive man. But now that Chad has her in his grasp, he has some very unique ideas about how they should spend their time together. He's going to teach Lay, this touchdown queen, about a side of Gronk she's never experienced before. How does Gronk? He's not even in this right so far.
Hey, so now that I've kidnapped you and I'm committing a major crime, let me sit down and tell you about our Lord and Savior,
And now-
Rob Gronkowski.
I know you love him. I do too. Rob Gronkowski, come on to
And
the
then, he
Chadmiral
pulls
quarters.
he pulls a cord and like a sheet falls. There's like a cardboard cutout of Gronk.
There he is,
There he is.
ladies and gentlemen.
Oh God.
Oh, that was a bad one. Whether she want to learn it or not, it is a lesson that will make Lay squirm with pain and with pleasure. Lay cries out, but is it with ecstasy she cries out? Is she starting to like what Chad has to offer? Complicating things? With Dan?
We've been over this, but they just start asking questions. They literally just start asking questions at some point.
This is the best part of it. Okay, ready? When I do like the end inflection, these are question marks. Lay cries out, but is it with ecstasy she cries out? Is she starting to like what Chad has to offer? Complicating things?
Complicated?
With Dan?
with ... Dan?
With Dan? With Gronk? With her Etsy store?
What? Etsy store? Wait, I'm confused. Her Etsy store is making her way into it?
With her very soul?
What? How does her Etsy store come into it? What
How
is
does her
this?
soul come into this?
They never once.
No,
No, I assumed that she had a soul. I never once got any inclination that she had an
100%
Etsy store.
It's a Gronk Etsy store, probably.
Oh my
They never
God.
mentioned it.
They never met with her Etsy store?
Really? How many times in life has the sequel been better than the original? Not this one,
not
because
this one
this one
either.
has 3 stars. Well, let me tell you this. This is one of those times. A Gronking to remember, too. Chad goes deep in the neutral zone. Is so dark and twisted, so devious, so hot and thought-provoking. Thought-provoking?
Yeah.
So full of plot twists and surprises. It makes the first book in this series, the best-selling A Gronking to Remember, look like a piece of shit.
Wow, what a freaking dunk on your other work.
It's just absolutely fucking dunking. Just make their own. It's all caps to a piece of shit.
I like when in the Avengers Endgame trailer, they get to the end and it says, makes Infinity War look like a piece of shit.
Remember the last movie? Piece of shit.
Piece of shit, baby.
So read what everyone is talking about. The saga continues and have no reservation. Chad goes deep in the neutral zone is no sophomore slump. It is a verified sophomore slam.
Oh, God.
Warning contains some sexual graphic scenes as well as misuse of American footballs that will leave you wet, hard, and everything in between. Sports. Part 2. How long is this one? Because
Are you going to read
this is 98 pages. The other one was 67 pages,
you know
so they
what?
got longer.
Oh, my God. You can barely get into her Etsy store with only 98 pages.
These reviews are fucking just all like terrible.
Terrible.
I give this book 0 stars. It was gross.
It was gross with Dan?
Dan with Gronk, her Etsy store.
Making things complicated?
I must have for pantsless reader like myself.
Oh, gross.
Literary classic to be placed on the mahogany shelves alongside The Great Gatsby, 1984, and The Scarlet Letter.
This
Fucking
can't
stupid.
be real. So stupid.
And then 1-star excrement. That's the last one that I found.
That seems like the most honest review yet.
So that was a Gronking to remember.
2. Chad goes deep in
the neutral zone.
Oh, gross.
And that's also the end of Segment City for this week. We went into
We went deep into the touchdown zone for that one.
For Dan?
For Dan? This is the end?
This is the
of
end?
Segment City? Thank you to Rachel Robinson?
My Etsy store? Rachel Robinson? With her own podcast? Create Loud?
Check it out?
Check it out. And also, if you want to email us, and you want to email Dan, you want to get on our Etsy store, email us at segmentcitypodcast@gmail.com. Oh, I don't know how far I can go with this. Also, hit up our Twitter at Segment City and our YouTube channel, Segment City.
Thanks for listening this week. We hope you come back next time.
Yeah, leave us a review. Recommend this to a friend.
Have a good rest of your day.
And hit up our Etsy store. Lay's Etsy store? That was just a meme one at the end.
Just a mean one.
Goodbye, everyone.
Bye. 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 Bye.